Hey guys, tonight I'm going to read you the story called Not Norman. It's a goldfish story, and I chose the story. I can get the glare off of it. And I chose the story because we recently had a goldfish at our house, but he passed away. His name was Doug. So I thought this was a really cute story. It's pretty funny. So I can get a better light. No, well, we'll just try. Won't be as glary with the pages. This is called Not Norman, a Goldfish Story by Kelly Bennett. This is one of the Scholastic books. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet, not Norman. And I like how Not Norman is the title, and it's bolded. He doesn't look very happy. He should. It's his birthday. And he has a book over here. It says, "Your fish and you," with a little heart, like you should love him. But obviously, he does not. He does not love Norman. Poor Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase strings, a soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and 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 around. That's all he does. Go to the park and he's sitting in the little red wagon and there's a cat and they're probably looking at clouds. They're playing with a frisbee and he's so sad. Poor Norman. This is it, Norman, I decide. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move. Not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. Oh, well, you need to clean him. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping, flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy, I have to laugh. Don't think that just because you made me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow, you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. Poor Norman. It kind of reminds me of the goldfish in Cat in the Hat, like jumping out of his bowl. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe somebody will take him. On the way there, we see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Oh my goodness, that's a mess, a messy, loud house. Want to swap one of your puppies for Norman, I ask? Who's Norman, asked Austin. My goldfish, I say. Oh no, they're drinking Norman's water. He could die. Look at all the puppies. By the time I rescue Norman, half his water is gone. Look at his bowl. So gross. Poor Norman. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me all googly-eyed. Finally, it's my turn to show and tell. Just as I start to talk about goldfish, Emily shouts, Emily? Jenny's gone. Who let my snake loose? That would be my snake. Like, my snake disappeared one year at school. He was stolen and returned. It was weird, but my snake was on the loose once. Uh-oh, look at the teacher. He's scared. Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. He's not scared of the snake. Ooh. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and begin to play. Boom, 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 ba, 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 boo, 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 bee. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug, 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 he mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Look, he does look like he's singing. Maestro's kind of mean. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. Just what I said, he's kind of mean. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store. Don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when screech, scritch. What's that noise? Scratch, scritch, screech. Yikes, there's something at the window. Then out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glugs and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It's just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman. Kind of sounds like he's changing how he feels about Norman. Characters can change in stories. I hope he changes because I like Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store. I'm scared for Norman. Just like I said I would. I'll look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they are not Norman. He's in his little red wagon. Here's some hamsters. There's some turtles, birds. When I got Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't trade him. Not Norman. Like how he's got a bigger, like his habitat is bigger and he's got like a little guy in there to keep him company, some seaweed, little treasure chest, got his little show and tell poster. He's practicing and it looks like he's hanging out singing along. So I really like this because I really like the little goldfish. So I'm going to read you another one tomorrow, and I'm hoping that you like it and you come back. Miss you guys. Love you so much. So much. Not Norman.